Hi friends, in this video we will see how to configure network hours policy in COSAC. Basic requirements: COSAC Centra V12 or higher version. Time and attendance license. Let us go through the configuration now. Logging to COSAC web. Go to Time and Attendance module, followed by Policies. Select Network Hours Policy. Click on plus icon to add a new policy. Assign the name as desired to the new network hours policy. Check default flag to make the policy as default. If this flag is checked, new user created will be assigned this network hours policy directly. Let's configure network hours calculation now. Click on plus icon to add a new work component. We can add multiple components to calculate network hours on a day. We will select Early In component from the drop-down list. Specify the range for Early In as desired. We will specify range from as 30 minutes and range to as 8 hours. The from and to range is the minimum and maximum hours for which the work component will be considered for calculation of network hours. Consider an example. Early in range is equal to 30 to 2 hours. Shift is equal to 9 to 18:30 hours. Minimum duration required within range is equal to 0 minutes. If shift starts at 9 hours, then the timing before 8:30 hours and after 7 hours will be considered for network hours. If in punch is at 6:30 hours, then only 2 hours will be considered for network hours, as early in range is defined for max 2 hours. Select work component consider as work or no work from the drop-down list. If we select consider as work, then that component will be considered in network hours calculation. If we select consider as no work, then that component will not be considered in network hours calculation. We will consider it as work in this case. Select the minimum duration requirement as 0 hours. Minimum duration required within the work component range must be fulfilled by the employee. Only then the work component will be considered in network hours calculation. Check flag for the applicable days on which component is counted. Select the factor from the drop-down list. We will select factor as 1 in this case. Consider an example where network hours calculated for the early in component is 4 hours and factor assigned to the component is 0.5. Therefore, network hours for the component will be early in, that is 4 hours, into factor, that is 0.5, is equal to 2 hours. Hence, As per the factor assigned for the given component, network hours considered for the component will be 2 hours. Consider shift timing is from 9 to 18 hours. If user punches before 9, it will be considered as early in. User's in punch is at 7 hours, then it will be considered as early in for 2 hours. If user punches after 18, it will be considered as overstay. User's out punch is at 19 hours, then it will be considered as overstay for 1 hour. Now, let us calculate the network hours for early in component. Shift timing of an employee is from 9 to 18 hours. Employee's in punch is at 7 hours. Therefore, early in considered is 2 hours. As per the configuration, the system starts early in calculation from 30 minutes onwards. That is, early in is equal to actual early in minus work component start range. 2 minus 30 is equal to 1.30. Now, 130 hours early in will be considered in network hours only if it is greater than minimum duration required. As 130 hours are greater than minimum duration required, that is 0 hours. So, net early in is 130 hours. Similarly, let us add other required components. Click on plus icon to add a new work component. We will select work hours within shift component from the drop-down list. Specify the range for work hours within shift as desired. We will specify range from as 3 and range 2 as 9 hours. Select work component consider as work or no work from the drop-down list. We will select work in this case. Select the minimum duration required as 30 minutes. Check flag for the applicable days as required. Select a factor from the drop-down list. We will select factor as 1 in this case. Now, let us calculate the net work hours for work hours within shift component. Shift timing of an employee is from 9 to 18 hours. Excluding 1 hour as break hours, total shift duration will be 8 hours. As per the configuration, the system starts work hours within shift calculation from 3 hours onwards. That is, work hours within shift is equal to actual work hours within shift minus work component start range. 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. Now, 5 work hours within shift will be considered in net work hours only if it is greater than minimum duration required. As 5 hours are greater than minimum duration required, that is 30 minutes. So, net work hour within shift is 5 hours. Let us add one more work component. Click on plus icon to add a new work component. We will select Overstay component from the drop-down list. Specify the range for Overstay as desired. We will specify range from as 0 and range to as 8 hours. Select Work component, consider as work or no work from the drop-down list. We will select work in this case. Select the minimum duration required as 2 hours. Check flag for the applicable days as required. Select the factor from the drop-down list. We will select factor as 1 in this case. Now, let us calculate the net work hours for Overstay component. Shift timing of an employee is from 9 to 18 hours. Employee's out punch is at 22 hours. Therefore, Overstay is 4 hours. As per the configuration, the system starts Overstay calculation from 0 hours onwards. That is, Overstay is equal to actual Overstay minus work component start range. 4 minus 0 is equal to 4 hours. Now, 4 hours Overstay will be considered in network hours only if it is greater than minimum duration required within range. As 4 hours are greater than minimum duration required, that is 2 hours. So, net Overstay is 4 hours. Now, considering all the 3 components, total network hours calculation will be as follows. Early in 130 hours. Work hours within shift 5 hours. Overstay 4 hours. Net work hours 130 plus 5 plus 4 is equal to 1030 hours. Thank you for watching this video. For further queries and support, contact Matrix Technical Support Team.